Welcome back to my channel. I want to say thank you so much for watching and tuning into this channel. And if this is your first time, thank you for joining us and welcome to a community of faith, love, and purpose. And if this is not your first time, I want to say thank you for continuing to support the channel. And thank you so much for watching this video. This is our fifth episode. And I'm so grateful that I have all of you watching. And thanks again. So, we're going to get right into it. So, in this episode, I'm going to talk about why it's important for us to be very careful with our words, especially the words that we say about ourselves, the words that we say about other people, or essentially how we speak regarding our lives. So, if you don't know, you probably know by now, your words are very powerful. And you probably heard that so many times before that be careful what you say, or don't speak it into existence, or don't jinx it. But we're going to scratch all of that. We're going to talk about what the Bible says about our words. Proverbs 18, verse 21 talks about how life and death is in the power of the tongue. And that's how powerful our words are, that literally we can speak life or we can speak death. We can speak life over our situations, over our own lives, or we can speak death. And what does life and death looks like? And what does that mean? Like, what does life and death is in the power of the tongue? So essentially, what are you saying about yourself? Do you often have a pessimistic, negative things to say, or do you have a pessimistic perspective when it comes to your life, when it comes to your situation? Or are you speaking life? Are you speaking optimism? Are you speaking faith? Are you speaking hope? Are you speaking joy? Are you speaking courage about your own life and your situation? And what are you saying about yourself? Like, are you calling yourself, are you saying, oh, I'm insecure? Oh, I'm ugly. Oh, I'm not beautiful. Oh, I'm stupid. We'll be surprised. A lot of people call themselves stupid. Oh, I'm not smart enough. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not tall enough. Or I'm too short. I'm too big. Or I'm uneducated. Or whatever it is. Or I'll never get the job. Or I'll never get married. Or I'll never have good girlfriends in my life. Or I'll never have solid relationships. Or I'll never be loved how I want to be loved. So, what are you saying about yourself? What are you saying about your situation? Like, what are you speaking about your life? Or, oh, my life always sucks. Nothing good ever happens to me. I could go on because I've been guilty of saying some things too. And sometimes we normalize saying certain things because it just comes out and we think it's normal to say, but nothing good ever happens to me. Like, if we really sit here and think about it, like, that is crazy to say. That is crazy to say that nothing good ever happens to me, especially the fact that, like, we're alive saying that. We're alive saying that nothing good ever happens to me. And granted, I don't want to say, I was about to say it's more than being alive, but like, being alive truly gives you a second chance. And granted, we all have our situations, we all have different circumstances that and challenges that we face. But being alive is such a beautiful thing, and that alone is something good that is happening to us. And I just picked something so drastic, yet simple, but also so drastic. But I can understand, like, if I'm in a situation where it's been a season of constant challenges after constant challenges, I could understand why someone would say nothing good ever happens to me, because that's the season that they believe that they're in because of the constant challenges over and over. So I could understand why someone would say that about themselves. But at the same time, also, maybe we are going through the challenges and maybe we do feel like, oh wow, like it's always something going on. Like, nothing good ever happens. And maybe you feel that way. But do you have to speak it? Do you have to say nothing good ever happens to you? Because, like, it's one thing to feel that way, but it's another thing to bring life into it. And then you could think, and it's just saying, when you think negative, like, you are still forming life when you are thinking negative. But when you speak it, I think that I don't know. I think it starts in the mind and then speaking it really confirms it. And I could be wrong, but I truly believe, and that is why life and death is in the power of the tongue, because what you speak can really come into fruition. So if we're believing that nothing good ever happens to us because of our current situation or because of the current challenges that we've been encountering in our lives, then more than likely nothing good is going to happen. You know, 9 times out of 10, nothing good is going to happen and bad things are going to continue to happen because we are speaking that into our lives. And then it's one thing to think it, like I said, but speaking it is as if like we're coming to agreement. Like we're coming to agreement without negative thoughts that nothing good truly ever happens to us. So I found myself saying certain things, even certain things like I try not to say, even like as silly as like, oh, like you got me dying of laughter. So sometimes I'll say, now I say like you got me dying of laughter, but I try not even say the word dying. When I'm laughing and like it's really funny, I'll more than likely be like, oh my gosh, like I'm dying right now. And even something simple as that, like I really try not to say certain things. And it's just to show you like that's how simple it goes. Like, so I try not to say I'm dying of laughter. I'll be like, oh wow, like you're so funny. Like this is hilarious. So I'll say I'll really, especially this year, I really made it an effort to remove like negative. It's essentially it is like the dying part is that's the negative part. Obviously I'm dying of laughter, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm not trying to die, period. So I shouldn't be saying that. And as simple as it may sound, but I think it starts with recognizing those small little things and make changes in our vocabulary, our day to day vocabulary with these small little things. Making changes in our day to day vocabulary really will have an impact on how we approach like the bigger things, or when we're going through something, we're like, you know what, like my life my life is always hard, or there's nothing good that ever comes out of my life, or something negative is always happening to me, or oh wow, like I'm never going to have a successful relationship. So removing these words from our day-to-day vocabulary will truly make a difference and will really help us show up differently and have a different perspective when it comes to the bigger things. Because if we're able to be aware and alert with the small things, so when the bigger things are happening, when we have a more negative things to say about ourselves, if I don't even want to be like you got me dying and that's because I'm laughing, so I definitely don't want to say nothing negative. Whatever it is that I don't want to see come into fruition in my life, I really stay away from talking about it. I really stay away from mentioning the word. So I think it's important to train ourselves to not say certain things, because sometimes then we normalize the negativity. Like we normalize saying the negative things, even if it's as a joke. And in reality, like it's really not funny. Like it's really not funny to say nothing good ever happens to me. Like even if we're joking, it's really not funny. And because again, life and death is in the power of the tongue. Like it didn't say, oh, life and death is in the power of the tongue when you're joking. Like the Bible didn't say that. Or it didn't say when you're being serious, life and death is in the power of the tongue. Like it didn't differentiate between a joke, a lie, the truth. Like it's just because you're saying it, period. Like life and death is in the power of the tongue, whatever it is that you're saying. So if it's a joke and you're saying that nothing could ever happen to you, if it's you're being serious, you're saying that nothing could ever happen to you, regardless, like you're speaking negativity and you're speaking death over your life. So I just wanted to use this video to serve as a reminder for us to speak light, for us to speak faith, for us to speak hope, and to speak kindly about ourselves. And sometimes when we are facing challenges, it can be very difficult to find positive things to say. But how about we say the things that we want to see? Yes, I'm facing this challenge right now, and it's not going as planned, right? This challenge in my life at the moment is unexpected. It's not going as planned. I did not anticipate this. It's difficult. We know that. We acknowledge that it's hard. We're not going to be oblivious to the fact that, okay, this is a challenge, that it's hard. But instead of saying, like, wow, like I'm always going through something in life, nothing good ever happens to me while I'm in the midst of difficulty, I think it's important we switch the verbiage and we're like, okay, what do I want to see in this difficulty? I want to overcome this challenge. So how about we speak the things that we want to see in our situation? Okay, I'm drowning in debt. Okay, I'm never gonna get out of debt. Is that is that helpful? That's speaking debt. No, that's not helpful. That's speaking debt. So instead of saying I'm never gonna get out of debt, how about we say I'm going to be debt free, or I am debt free? Better yet, I am debt free. So yes, we're acknowledging okay. I may be drowning in debt right now, and I have a game plan. I'm paying this debt off, and it may seem like this game plan never work out, but guess what? I'm still going to be debt free. I am debt free. Like, forget I'm going to. It's I am debt free. Where whatever it is that you want and you're envisioning to happen in the future, or when you reach this finish line of this challenge, you have to believe it now. Like, we have to speak the finish line now. Like, we got to see the finish line now. If you truly believe you're going to pay off this debt, or maybe you don't believe, how about you speak it? So the same way we can use our energy to speak on the negative things and to say the negative things, it's the same way we can use our energy to speak on the positive things. It takes the same amount of energy. Actually, the negativity takes more energy out of you, and it's actually quite draining to speak negativity into your life. It's quite draining to say anything negative, honestly. So we should use that same effort, that same energy to speak positively over our situation, to say the things, to say the things that we're believing God for. Yes, this may be a difficult season of my life, but guess what? If I'm believing God that I'm going to overcome the situation, I'm going to say, I overcame the situation. I'm going to say I got the job. And yes, this may be a season I've been to 10 interviews, but guess what? I got the job. I'm going to buy my new work bag. Okay. Like, I'm getting ready because I believe I'm going to get a new job. And I already got the job. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna prepare for my new job. Okay. I'm gonna prepare for my new job. If I need a new work bag, I'm getting my new work bag. I'm buying work outfits. Okay, take the energy out of the negativity and put it into the positive things. Because at the end of the day, what good is the negative doing for us? So if we're spending that energy anyway, why not use that energy wisely and turn that negative mindset into faith, into hope, into purpose, into joy, into peace, to truly help our state of mind. So, whatever it is that you're going through, if you believe and truly believe in your heart that God will help you overcome this challenge and that you will see the end of this challenge, that your joy always comes in the morning, then you have to speak it now. You have to speak it as though it already happened, or you have to speak it as though you know it's going to happen. It's already done. It's already done. It's happened. You're believing God for it. You know God will deliver and come through on his promise for you. So you have to walk in the challenge believing and knowing that it's already done. And when we believe that it's already done, I'm not saying that the challenge is not going to continue to be challenging, but our state of mind and our shift in perspective can really help us see this difficult season that we're in from a different lens. it can help us see the goodness in in this difficult season. It can help us see the lesson in this difficult season. It can help us see the purpose in this difficult season. And sometimes, like, we're so quick to get to the finish line, even when it's a good season, we're quick to just get to the next thing and the next thing. So, but in this difficult season, but sometimes we are so quick to get to the finish line. And yes, of course, who wants to be having a season of drought for 10 months, a year, regardless of the time frame? Like, nobody wants that. But at times, too, I think it's important for us to take a moment, like in these challenges, and really ask God, like, what do you want me to understand in this season? Like, what are you saying to me? What do I want to take away from this season? What do I learn? What can I improve about myself? Or what is the goodness that I'm missing? Because in every season, regardless of how challenging it may be, there is always a goodness. There is always, I feel like God always comes and give us this beaker of hope, this little glimpse of hope, this little glimpse of goodness in our season to help us go, to help us get by, to give us the strength that we need to keep going. So, in this season in your life right now, what is it that you're missing? What is it that God is speaking to you and you're not seeing because you're so focused on the negative? Or because you're speaking so much negativity into your situation that there's not even room for the positive to grow. There's not even room for optimism. There's not even room for joy or room for peace, room for love, room for faith. So, in this week, my challenge to you, to us, is for us to make room for the things that we want to see in our lives. And by making room is by removing those negative words and removing those negative thoughts. And I'm talking about mentally making room. Okay. I'm talking about clearing up your mind, clearing up the negative thoughts in your mind, and clearing up the negative thoughts in your words and your actions. Making room for what we are truly believing God for, and believing that it will come to pass, and also believing that we have the power in our words and in our action. We have the power. And for us to not take our power lightly and to really hold us ourselves accountable. So think about it. What is one negative thing you want to stop saying this week? Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was a wonderful video for you, and I hope it blesses you, and I hope that you have an amazing week because you are an amazing being. And thank you so much for watching.